So as you may have seen in the thumbnail, I am going to react to tourists coming into my town and see what they have learned or what they have explored. I actually really love watching other people's perspective, so I thought this would be fun to react to some of them. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is look up Sitka, Alaska on YouTube and see what it comes up with. Should we do this month? Let's do this month. I think we should do a short. Let's try this.
We are officially in Alaska.
We're in Sitka.
Yes. So we're gonna go on some tours today and take you guys along. So we're now getting on a bus to go to downtown Sitka. So after we got off the bus, we went to downtown Sitka. And now we're in Sitka National Park doing the Totem Pole Trail. So a fun fact is that the Sitka National Historical Park was actually established in 1910, making it the oldest national park site in Alaska. So this trail had more than a dozen totem poles, some of which are the original 19th century poles collected from the Tlingit and Haiti villages during the 1900s. They also had to stop.
I'm sorry. I'm stopping you right there. What did you say? No, that's not how you pronounce any of those. What did he say? He said Tlingit and Haiti? Haida? No, it's cling, like clingy. Yeah, so the T is kind of like a K. So Tlingit. You kind of like do the G as you really enunciate the G. So Tlingit, right? And then however he said it, it's Haida. I don't know if you just, sorry, my dog's outside. He wants to come in. I don't know if they're just trying to pronounce it themselves by how they saw it.
At a local brewery, and then we had snow crab rolls at a local food truck, and I gotta say, this is some of the best food we've had in Alaska. And you can't come to Alaska without getting salmon. This is a small town. We only had a couple hours. So that was pretty much all we did.
That's great. That's all you did. You can do a lot more than, a lot of these places here actually ship to your hometown. Like, you can ship the fish. Let's see who else we got. Let's try you.
Alaska. Yep, where bears roam free and salmon run like they're late for work. I arrived wearing my rain poncho because Sitka, Alaska is basically the VIP lounge for rain. It rains over 200.
Okay, I gotta pop in here. First off, why does everybody have to complain about the rain? You know, my biased opinion, I may be used to it, but I mean, it's not like we're the only place ever to have so much rain, given we are a rainforest. It doesn't rain as often as people think. I don't know about that. I've been to Arkansas. Now, every time I've been to Arkansas, like driven through there, it always was a downpour. Like you couldn't see in front of you. That's not how our rain is. Yeah, we get, constant rain, which causes mudslides or landslides, whatever. It's not a full downpour where you step outside for a second and you're wet. You're drenched. That's what I mean. Okay, let's get back into it. I'm sorry.
Not soggy. Like I did the great salmon run.
Okay, so this year, it actually did last a little longer for this the salmon spawning, and that's what it's called, salmon spawning, not the salmon run. I don't know who calls it that. And she's at the Science Center. Looking at this, she's at the Science Center. The fish smell would always be in the air, and I'm not talking about the good fish smell. I'm talking about the dead fish smell. It would always be in the air when I would be starting school in like August. September is usually like the last month that you actually smell all of that because they're starting to die. July, August is when they actually spawn. August is when they're like full, the rivers are full of fish, and then September is kind of like the lingering fish.
While walking around, I could not help but think about bears. Sitka's got them. You make a lot of noise so you don't surprise them. Carry bear spray just in case. And remember, you're not on their menu, but the salmon might be.
Okay, so yeah, that is true. You do want to make noise so you don't surprise them. That's good. Bear spray, it really depends. Like, honestly, I don't even know where my bear spray is. I actually carry a handgun. I do have a picture. It's just this person decided to get closer to the bear for some reason. This was posted on Facebook, and we do have like a channel for And my dog's getting comfortable now. We do have a specific group where we do like bear reports just to let everybody know, be cautious of where you go. And so this person posted on there, and my sister actually sent it to me, so it's not my picture. You're not going to be, like she said, you're not going to be their first meal. Right. But if you get that close to them when they have cubs, you are going to be their meal after all. And so, I mean, if the fish aren't around, then it's the berries or anything that they can find, like grub-wise on the beach. So just try to steer clear and don't be that person. And steer clear of the fish too, because they're territorial. They'll just think that you're trying to get their food.
If you're lucky, you might spot some eagles soaring above.
I've been on this trail lots of times. It leads into the cross trails. You can start anywhere in town. And also what she said, just look up. Just look up. You'll see eagles. We have eagles everywhere. They're not going to be low. Not like the crows or anything. Crows are pretty much trash eaters. So eagles, I've actually seen a couple of YouTube videos where they actually take down a deer. Also, if you want to see a bear guaranteed, there is Fortress of the Bear. Up close and personal, by the way, because they do have like a lower level and they have like a glass window that you can actually see the bears through.
Alaska, and it's going to be a great day.
We are going to hike the Tungus National Forest. It's a 4-mile hike. We're very excited to get to do this today. So we should have a lot of interesting things. So come with us.
So far, I actually like the way that they started this out.
And then I do have a general waiver.
What do you need a waiver for? I mean, when I've traveled to places and I have taken tours, I don't ever remember filling out a waiver for something.
So we don't have anything like poison ivy, poison oak, anything if you just brush up against it, you're going to get anything. There are a couple of plants that we look out for. Devil's Club is one of them.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of these people before. Let me rephrase that. I haven't seen any of these tour guides before. As far as I know a lot of them actually, like most of them actually don't live here. They come here for like a summer job and then they leave. What are they doing here? What is this? They have a caution tape. And I guess according to the people, caution tape due to a bear sighting days before. How would you know? I don't even like to hike up Mosquito Cove because the turns that you have to go around and how packed with like trees and stuff, like you can't really see around there to actually see if there's a bear around. They could be sitting in there and you don't even know. So I don't like to go there in the summertime. I usually take my hike in the wintertime. I do have my hike that I did in Mosquito Cove, and I do it almost every winter. I just don't like to do it in the summertime because the bears are in there. The gates close at 8 o'clock and soon to be 10 o'clock p.m. So nobody is allowed in there. I'm sure there are bears roaming around because it's quiet. There's nobody around. And I'm not saying that they're going to be deterred by your noise. And, sometimes that helps because you're not sneaking up on them and scaring them. But it's just, that's the only reason why you make loud noises. It's not like they're going to be easily spooked by you. I have a Mustang and it's pretty loud. So when I went down around this area and it was on the main road, I ended up, going behind a bear that was just on the main road, and he was trying to loop around to go to the other side of the guardrail, but he was moseying. He didn't care about my loud car. He was still taking his time. He didn't rush or anything and just went around the guardrail, just down to the beach. And that's exactly what I was trying to ask my sister too. Like, I'll put in a clip right here. Oh yeah, 5'8". The picnic area at 518. 518.
Yesterday.
Yep.
Well, and that's because somebody actually saw them. I mean, they've been back there.
Can you check the other side? Let's see what date they have on theirs.
Yeah. There's another sign.
Yeah, that one doesn't have a date on it. They probably didn't want to put it on that one, but the one out here.
Yeah, they'll put it on the trail.
Yeah.
See if the trail's...
Yep. Well, not taped off, but it still has that sign. Let's see. You have a clear... No, you don't. Oh, yeah, you do. You have something on there. Yep. Read that. A sow and 2 cubs in the estuary.
Oh.
We're in the estuary. I was telling my sister, I don't think that a lot of bears would actually be scared of a gunshot. Because around this area, on the other side actually, is a shooting range. And you always hear about the bears that are around there. They become accustomed to it. So it's just like, it's a normal thing to them. So honestly, I don't think a gunshot would actually do anything. You would have to shoot it. Going back to the guy with the bear that just walked into the meadow with him. One of my friends had told me that there was a police officer down there. And he said that I don't want to have to shoot the bear if I don't have to. But if he eats you, then I'll have to shoot the bear. I don't agree to this. If there's a caution tape or a sign and going underneath of it, that just seems kind of sketchy to me. If there was a sign there, like what I showed you in the video clip, that would just mean take it with a grain of salt. You know that there's a bear in here, just be aware. For me, if I were to go in there, yeah, I would grab my pistol. I wouldn't go with a bear spray. Heck, I don't think I would even go in there. Because like I said, it's your limited vision. And there's like higher ground up here. You're on the lower ground. So they have the advantage. Please be careful. I honestly don't think, and I'm not trying to bash on them. I don't know who they are. I don't think they're from here. Because I'm from here. I was born here. I don't see anything on her. Like when they were showing her on the bus, she doesn't look like she has bear spray on her. So how is she going to protect all of these guys? I wouldn't feel safe with that.
This is a little purple shore crab.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. The purple ones get the average maybe that big. I've seen them bigger though. I've seen them like so big. The green ones, that would be a big green shore crab. The high tides, that's a different type of grass than the grass that's out in the middle. The grass out in the middle is more like that beach grass. It's a lot higher and so it doesn't get covered daily, but more by the extreme high tides. That grass in the middle is the type of grass the bear and the deer eat. So
the grass that she's talking about, it's kind of like sweet grass. That's why they like to hang out in that meadow there.
So that's kind of why they're in this area. They've got all this grass.
I'm sorry. Why does she have old man's beard just hanging right there?
Y'all see the fungus on the side of the tree here? This is a hard fungus called a conch. We call it bear bread. The bear don't eat it. We don't eat it. That's just what it's called. It's also referred to as artist conch because you can pluck that off and that portion that's attached to the tree will sit and act as a base. That white portion that's underneath will sit up and act as a canvas.
My dad used to have some of the bear bread that he had painted, but I don't know if they have it in the new museum or if they just got rid of everything that was in there and just put the new stuff. I don't know what they did. I think I only went into the new museum once, but that was about it. I don't remember what's in there.
So the seedlings and whatnot will stick to its little behind. They'll go over these new.
I don't like those things. Those things are disgusting.
Okay, first pro tip, rent a car. Yep. We rented from Turo.
Yep, we had them drop it off at the...
Okay, I have to say that is a pretty good idea. I didn't know that was actually a thing. I thought for sure that people would rent UTVs because you can drive those on the road, but I don't know who's in charge of that. I don't know. But that is a really good idea if you want to do, if you only have so little time here, why not rent your own car and just do it at your own time? Like, do everything on your own at your own pace. It's perfect.
This is so cool.
Yeah, we've made it to Fortress of the Bear, which is about a 20-25 minute ride from the port, and so far, absolutely worth it.
So what they do, their mission is to care for orphaned bears.
Yeah, they rescue them, raise them, take care of them. Right now they have how many bears on site? I think around 6 or so?
Yeah.
They have more. I think it's, let's see, 3 on one side, 2 on the other, and then 2 or 3 black bears.
Cove Trail.
And our goal is to hike to Bear Mountain Waterfall. I believe it's only like a 1.5 to 2 mile round trip hike. Nothing crazy, but I think the views are going to be worth it. So let's go.
So that's actually pretty cool that they went to Heron Cove. It is a pretty steep trail. I do like it.
Guys, this is absolutely incredible.
We didn't even know we were going to see this at this park. No. We came for totally different reasons, but we got to the river and realized everybody was like just amazed with what was happening in the river. And it is thousands upon thousands of salmon swimming upstream right now. It is incredible.
Amazing. So we are now at the Sitka National Historic Park.
Also known as Totem Park. They must have arrived here in sometime, like they just uploaded this like what, 4 months ago? So, okay. Like I said, July, August, September are usually the times that the salmon are spawning.
Plus, it's kind of one of the highlights. It's got the totem poles. There's lots of cultural and historical information here. Getting to hike along the trail with coastal views and totem poles. It's a really cool experience. And again, we couldn't have asked for better weather. I mean,
no, it's amazing. And then the salmon spawn from July to mid-September?
Yeah, sometime in there. And they said they come. And if you're wondering what totem poles are, like I was, because I've seen them but didn't really know what they meant culturally and why they were so significant. The Tlingit people, I'm probably saying that wrong, but they are indigenous to this area. They're the reason a lot of the totem poles are still part of this culture. And totem poles can be used for a lot of things, from welcoming visitors to memorializing the dead to celebrating special occasions. Really a plethora of things, but they're really cool. I think they're typically carved out of red cedar, and they could have all kinds of different symbols and characters carved into them.
They didn't even acknowledge Tommy Joseph is the one that carves most of these totem poles. Thank you for acknowledging that you're saying it wrong. Like I said, it's Tlingit. Obviously, they didn't go on the tour, so I can't blame the tour guides or, not knowing. So they tried. I'll give them that, but yeah, Tlingit.
We saw the wings of a bald eagle. We didn't see his little head.
The wings and the tail, but it did fly right over us.
Did she say caca? As in a raven?
So with the Russian influence here in Sitka, we're gonna go try Russian dumplings.
I've never had, I don't think, any Russian cuisine ever.
No.
No, I've never had Russian dumplings. I don't know what they are. Oh, I know where they're at. I never go there. The only times I go there is with one of my friends, like, to do, I think it's the radio show, isn't it? But, yeah, I never went in there. Oh, wait, no, this is in town. This is right across the street from the Russian Orthodox Church. Still, never went in there. Let me show you something here. So, you see that this is a black bear. We don't have any black bears on this island because brown bears rule. No, they actually would tear them apart. It had taken years for us to finally get a brown bear. Why did they even have a black bear? I don't know. Hopefully they sent it to Juneau because Juneau has black bears.
I booked an independent tour.
We have 3 high schools. This is one of the high schools, the Continuation High School, which is Pacific High School, and then we have Mount Edgecombe High School, and then Sitka High School.
I don't know who this man is, but thank you for acknowledging that we have 3 high schools. I went to Sitka High School, and there is Mount Edgecombe High School. Now, locals are able to go to that high school. It's mainly a boarding school for a lot of the communities in Alaska that don't have the luxury of having a school.
This is going to be the Marine Science Center here on our right, and the fish hatchery as well. And our first stop today is going to be Totem Park. We're going to take a little hike through nature and through a rainforest. And it's kind of crappy weather, so I'm probably going to let you guys go on into the visitor center. In the 1830s, there was a big war between the native Tlinkits and the Russians who occupied this island. The war was a very bloody war. It was a hand-to-hand combat war. It lasted for a red squirrel. It lasted for 6 days. Over 100 people lost their lives. What do you think they might have been fighting over in this park? Trees? That's a good guess. Wood? That's the same thing as a tree. Wood is the same thing as a tree. No, they were fighting over this right here. The sea otter fur. This has more hairs per square inch than any other animal on the face of the earth. It has over 1 million hairs per square inch. It was worth more than gold until 1974. And it's still very expensive right now.
Replica.
I'm sorry. I was looking at what his tour is called because I wouldn't mind recommending this guy. He seems to know his stuff. I just trying to skip forward to see like what other tour he actually takes them on. So I want to, yeah, okay, that's it. Oh, and did you hear that he actually said Tlingit?
Way out. So by getting all the middle out of that tree, now they can mount it to this pole right here, and they're going to get anywhere from 50 to 100 years out of it, and they won't rot. And when it does, like this one right here, you see it's already rotten right here. All they have to do is unbolt that, put another pole in, and mount that back on there. We're going to be entering into Silver Bay coming up here on our right. Silver Bay has one entrance and one exit, and that's going to be directly in front of us. Everything off to the right is going to be open ocean. Everything to the left of us is going to be inside Silver Bay. Silver Bay used to be heavily polluted. It looked like the Mississippi River, all brown, murky, ugly, stinky water. And that was due to the fact that Sitka had a pulp mill that was in operation from 1957 until 1997, when the EPA shut it down for gross pollution into the bay. After the mill closed down, the bay came back to its original beauty. And we could see anything from a gray whale, a humpback whale, a killer whale, sea lions, sea otters, eagles. See the eagle on top of the tree right there, guys?
Oh, yeah. We're at Fortress of the Bear. Let's...
Our red-tailed hawks that we have here on the...
But yeah, they're injured, they can't fly, so that's why they have an open-air habitat.
So that's pretty much it. That's all I have for today. I just wanted to react to a couple of them, but if you enjoyed this, leave a comment down below, and I will see you next time.